Oh, the transparent John Cena. They had two, so I got one for me and one for my baby brother. But I've always wanted to see the John Cena transparent one. It was either planning on ordering it, but I guess I didn't need to order it because over here they already. Because now I got my own version of the transparent John Cena, a rare one of a kind. So let's see what he's like outside of the pack, outside of the box. So similar to my British Bulldog, this is in like a blue teal one. But just like the British Bulldog, I was also excited to get that one too. This John Cena is also interesting because they actually made him look. They gave him a 3XL. He's that buff, but it's really interesting to see this John Cena in hand now. Seeing it like they did some insane editing for this one, but let's see what transparent John Cena is like outside of the packaging. So let's talk about the backdrop here. Let's put the backdrop over here as usual. And then, look at that. John Cena with the hat. They have Smiley John Cena, which is, I'm going to put this one. Smiley John Cena. Look at that. The chain also being transparent. Smiley. They have two other head scans, which is I think the Smiley, not the Smiley one, but the grinning one. And then they have the Screaming John for that. Really nice with the detail. And then you have the extra hands. The mic hands. You have this John Cena, which is a smiley one. This is like Quicksilver. It feels light. I don't know why. Maybe because of the paint coat. They didn't give it a paint coating as they usually do. Look at that. Knee pads. Similar formula. If you've seen my few John Cena unboxings, this is nothing new. Same like wristband wise. There's nothing. What's one thing on this is that it's transparent. It's cool, mostly clear. You could just see the internals. That's what I'm trying to say. There's an elbow here, a band here. No, he has armbands, sweatbands. He's full of merch, full of accessories. But unfortunately, they didn't give him a T-shirt. That's okay. Look at that. It looks nice in either way. Look at that. You can't clear transparent John Cena hand. Let's take this little one. Let's see what he's like when he's ready to fight. So, this is what he looks like, which is interesting. And I was like, hey, look at that pant. A lot to detail, but if you've seen it, nothing to surprise. Besides the one trick that you want to talk about is literally the entire thing. It's the most visible thing, which is this is practically Silver Surfer John Cena. They actually got his detail of his head pretty well. It's probably easiest to manufacture because they didn't have to paint over anything. They didn't have to paint anything. But thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for future unboxing videos. We'll see you guys in the next one. Peace. Oh dear. The stopper came. They only had one Lexus King, but in my opinion, he is underappreciated. This is the one that they had, and I got it because I wanted to get Lexus King. Not because I'm gonna get his father in the future, but simply because I like Lexus King because of the way he's maneuvering himself. Let's see what he's like outside of the box. They had Flying Brian. They didn't have Flying Brian. I got Randy, KO, and tomorrow I'm gonna do AJ Styles. They didn't have Jade, but as you can see, I got me a Lexus King. So let's see what this King is about outside of the packaging. Second generation. He's cool. He's cool. Okay, let's talk about this figure. I like how orchestraic it looks with this, even though they should have had a little bit more like little thread pieces. That looks so nice. Look at that. Pillars right here, buttons down the row. A skull on the Lexus King with his decal. His legs. I'm saddened that they didn't give him the same articulation as Axiom, but it is what it is. I'm not gonna judge. I'm just a consumer and a collector. Look at that. Polka dots here in the back, and then you can see Lexus King printed on the rear. Look at that. This kind of reminds me of The Rock, but I guess it looks very Jewel-esque and it looks very Belairish or orchestraic. Look at that. And it comes with the headband too. It's removable, just in case. But let's see what he's like when he's ready to fight. Even looks better in hand. Okay, I forgot to take this headband out. Let's take it out real quick. Honestly, looks really nice, although this kind of expands on the forehead. But it's okay. I like this head scan, although I wish it had the smiley one. They gave him the neutral, or the disappointed face. I love that they actually replicated his fancy, his unique little haircut. It's minimal, but I mean, what the shapes that he does now is absolutely astonishing. This is some blonde hair right there. Although, unfortunately, his legs are stiff, like you can see. I can't even move it, so his left one is able to move somewhat, like leg movement. When it comes to legs, I'm going to sand it down. It has the ballpoint as usual. Besides, it was not like the Diamond Dallas one where it had the knot. I say knot because it looks like a little square and it's covered under a little piece. But for now, look at that, white straps. Looks all nice and shiny here. Really love it. Thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for future unboxing videos, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Nick Jackson. His head scan is even nicer because he has his hair highlighted all the way. So I'm definitely looking forward to seeing how his head scan is different from his twin brothers. So let's see what he is like. Let's see what Nick Jackson is like outside of the box. We've done Kyle O'Reilly and Adam Copeland in this series, so it was only a matter of time before we did Nick Jackson. We'll get to see more of him in further detail in just a little bit. So let's see what Nick Jackson is like outside of the packaging. Nick Jackson. Let's talk about this head scan real quick. So a huge difference between him and his brother is that he does not have like black paint on his right hand. And as you can see, it's also a headband painted on. The beard is a little bit more faded, but that's okay. Look at that. Natural, like a yellow blonde, like an orange blonde. Look at that. Similar to his brother. Belt on the chain. Crazy design. Some stripes near the bottom, near the ankle. Super Young Bucks Super Kick Party. Looks really nice. Orange. It's a nice color hue here, which is very interesting for the Young Bucks. And kind of gives me the like Elton from New Rollins Ultimate Edition, if you've seen that video. But it looks really also nice and similar to this one. So definitely giving some vibes about that. I like that they face scanned in really nice for his clenching teeth. So really nice with the headband designs. Bandana, and then over here also with a similar bandana design. So thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for future unboxing videos, and we'll see you guys in the next one. It looks like it has like some floral peacock designs and some leaves in autumn. So we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace. No matter how many times I lose myself in debating about these two and Mac Jackson, I never got to record the first time I opened these, which was the first version they made, which was, I think, red and blue. They're orange and they're yellow and purple attires. This one is a new and more recent attire, which I'm kind of hyped for. I wish they would have came with their jackets, but it is what it is. Let's see what Matt Jackson is like outside of the box. They have Adam Cole and Kenny. I've done Kyle and I've done Adam Copeland. Never got to get to find Brandon Cutler, but seeing these two run on the shelf, I decided to buy them. Simply because I feel like either one, they'll go on clearance and I'll regret my purchase, or they will sell out since there's only, I think, one Nick Jackson left. So let's see what he's like outside of the packaging, shall we? So Matt Jackson's head scan, obviously a more cocky face scan, which is a kiss. I like the beard. I like the headband, even especially the fact that it's not detachable. They just like painted it on, which is great. And this brown hair, Really nice. I wish they would have came with the vests, but it is what it is. Hopefully they get an Ultimate Edition one day. And look at that. Chains on the belt with belt rings. The Young Bucks decal over here with like a hexagon design. Young Bucks, we are the elite. We're all elite. It says Super Kick somewhere. Remember, Super Kick Party over here if you could see it. Then there's like 3 as the elite. And then you have like this crazy design back here. By crazy, I mean really nice. Has like some stripes down here. Really cool to see these type of designs. And you know what's interesting? They gave them swivel legs. It's not every day you get to see swivel legs from this from action figures like these. But when it comes to AEW, expect it. It looks really nice with the red and yellow blending. And it looks really cool, especially with the sneakers. So, this Matt Jackson comes with another nice beard and a championship. Nothing new with the tag team championships. Maybe if they ever include the trios championship in the future figures, it would be nice. But, thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for future unboxing videos, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace. British Bulldog. I was kind of thinking about them, but they had so many that I was like, you know what, let's just get them. We've gotten the head of Goga. Unfortunately, since we do not have the torso, we managed to pull off at least the legs. So this is what the side looks like. That's really nice. Then you have this side as well, in case you put this on your shelf. 1995, September 25th. What's crazy is that him and Razor Ramon actually are not too far apart. Let's see what he's like outside of the box. We've gotten Kane. We haven't done Booker. And we probably won't be able to do Hardcore Heart, but they had British Bulldog in fruit and a lot. So let's see what British Bulldog is like outside of the packaging show. So I don't know if we've had a similar head scan with when we did the collector's edition. I've done the collector's edition, which is very similar to this one, so I'm not too concerned about the articulation. Although, as far as I'm seeing right now, it has some really smooth articulation for what it is. Like, even moving up, like, moving one hand is, if it's moving one hand, fine. It's got the green flag for that. So it has the new kick point the new ballpoint heel turn, since it is with the Goga. It's really nice with the arm, with the wrist tape on the arms, with this England red and white bull dog on the right and left side. Pack, which is probably a lot less ripped than he was initially. And then you had this really nice haircut that he decided to go with. If you wanted to go for it and you missed the head of I believe the British Bulldog from Survivor Series, I think it is, you could definitely put yourself up for British Bulldog when he's wearing jeans. Probably the similar torso too. But yeah, actually we know it has a different torso, but looks nice nonetheless. Let's finish building our little Goga dash Dusty Road, shall we? For those of you who have seen my my Build-A-Figure, which was a few months ago, if not several months ago, but towards the end of last year or beginning of this year, I did my Build-A-Figure Disciple because they had the Harlem Heat, so I got the Harlem Heat, and then I got the Rock, and then I got, who else was in there? The Rock and RVD. So I managed to get, I had a little bit of torso experience, disappointing torso experience with Disciple. However, over here, this is very strong. Like, this is a lot stronger than the previous series. Like, this is, like, I was trying to pull it with 2 hands. Like, as you can see, I cannot pull it with 2 hands. So, hopefully, in the future, I could maybe pull off a Golga torso and then see if I can this one up. But so far, this looks like a Golga. Like, I just finished my Build-A-Figure of a Golga from if he was part of the NWO. But I'm definitely going to try to find the rest of the torso, since it's the torso and head, but I also have the arms and the torso and the arms and the belly. So, thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for future unboxing videos, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace. NWO, and that's it, yeah. Deuces. Monday Night War, Razor Ramon. I know this is like really old, but I just wanted to finish off building a Dusty Rhodes, since we had Six. We never got to finish it, and now that I have this leftover pieces, I want to just build whatever I can with it. So let's see what he's like outside of the box. Let's see what Razor Ramon is like outside of the box. So he's done 6. I don't know if we'll ever get Ultimate Warrior. They have Lita and Razor Ramon to at least build the pants and the legs. I would love to just grab Lita later on, but I want to see if I can finish off with the men's and with this Dusty Rhodes for now with the arms. So let's see what Razor Ramon is like outside of the packaging, shall we? Surprisingly, with this Razor Ramon, the left and right leg are not that bad. Obviously, I would like to sand it down so it looks perfect, but besides this leg, like this right leg, it's really hard to tense up. This one is practically as loose, if not looser, than the previous one that they released of then, which is not the Ultimate Edition, but rather the Raw 25th anniversary with Razor Ramon, 123 Kid, and Undertaker, which I've already done a review on that. You can check out my videos for that one. But yeah, look at that Razor Ramon head skin. I have not seen this head skin just yet on an Elite. We've seen it on the Ultimate, but not on an Elite. Like, it even comes with this chain just like his older one. Unlike the rubber one, they gave him this vest that says "Bad Guy Razor Ramon" with a razor on the torso, just as expected. Black elbow pad and a yellow elbow pad. Looks really nice. And let's start. So, unfortunately, I'm kind of concerned why they came with like this. Like both of them, both the version that they had for Razor Ramon were really tense. But nonetheless, let's finish up our Dusty Road, shall we? So this is how much I've picked up from the series so far. I could get the last Lita, but for now, since I'm just trying to finish off the rest of the pieces, I'm gonna leave this for now. And in the next video, we're gonna use 2 different parts from a separate set. So, thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for future unboxing videos, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace. I've done Farouk, but never really Ron Simmons, if you will. Not with this hairstyle, but I wanted to see how he would maneuver. So, well, I think he was underrated for his young time. So, let's see what he's like. Let's see what Ron Simmons is like outside of the box. And this right here. We did Jimmy and Jay, we've done Seth, we've done Taker. Now we are going to do Ron Simmons. In 1992, making history. So, let's see what he's like outside of the packaging, shall we? Okay, so let's get started with Ron Simmons. His headband is probably going to leave an implant just like the Harley Race did with the crown. So let's separate that title and look at that. All purple. Reminder of Carlitos. Also has similar torso. This torso is a little tense, and this left leg is not even moving. So look at this. Ron some decals on his left and right boot. A little star over here on the back leg. You see right here that head scan looks okay for the time because it's his younger self. He looked ripped. And I'm ripped, and that's what his hair looks like without it. Honestly, this is kind of accurate for how hairstyles would look like even as an afro myself, so looks natural. Like the head scan here. White rose tape, nothing too crazy, especially for the time. This is definitely a nice little, like, a similar torso to like Bobby Lashley. And so this looks really nice, especially with the head scan being a lot more updated with the teeth. And with the hair actually reaching the back. So, thank you guys for watching. Let's see what this is what his WCW World Heavyweight Championship looks like. All shiny. Back then they didn't really do side plates. You just carry it or don't carry it. But either you carry it or you didn't carry it. Look at that. It's really nice, especially kind of looks like the wing belt, but it's not. This is every company. Thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for future unboxing videos. I will see you guys in the next one. Peace. I told you I was going to try to find Seth Rollins for $10, and he said $10 at my local Walmart. They didn't put the clearance tag on him, but according to their systems it was 10, so they told him at 10. So I might get a few more, just because this attire is such a good one, and a few torso pants don't bother me. So this is definitely one of those I'm gonna be like, oh my god, it came in, I finally got here, I finally got him, instead of having to go to Ross and wait for they just put him on clearance now. So let's see what he's like outside of the box. We are doing Seth, we got Hope, we got Bray. There's a Bianca, but I'm gonna wait on her unless they put on clearance. Look at that, Seth freaking Rollins. WrestleMania 2 years, I think what? 39 was 3 years ago, because now it was 2 years ago. Yeah, 2 years ago. So, I don't know. Rollins in Hollywood, and we had WrestleMania Las Vegas, which was in WrestleMania 40. WrestleMania 40 was Las Vegas, was it? Not sure, but Vegas. I think WrestleMania 40 was. Never mind. This is from WrestleMania 39 when WrestleMania goes Hollywood. So let's see what he's like outside of the packaging. Alright, let's talk about it. Nothing new here. If you've seen my top picks, I've done a few Seth Rollins before. I think this one looks a lot more natural because his hair was dying down with the black and yellow. So definitely looks nice. I'm not sure if they put yellow on top of the black or the black on top of the yellow. So either way, I think it would have been easy. I think it would have been easy for them to use the yellow with black on top. As you can see, there's some marks here of the yellow, and there's like some yellow on there. So it could be that this could be a blonde Seth Rollins, which would be nice considering he doesn't really do like full blonde. But this piece right here is also detachable. If you boil the legs, you'll be fine, which is what I will do because these legs are tense as heck. It's like this left right here, like that's as far as his movement goes. And I will sand him down. And this looks nice nonetheless. It's not too crazy. I wish they did put a little bit more effort. They just put like a little bit more cushioning on the thighs, and then just gave him kick pads, and they called it a day. But the knee pads, even though his left leg is a little bit more tense than his right, but they are pinless, which is something we haven't seen from the Rollins figures yet, because I think the top picks had pinned, all of his past figures had pinned legs, but I guess now since they are using a different formula, they had to resort to pinless. So maybe this might be a sign that they'll go with pinless. I like the buckle. I like the fact that they did a traditional buckle, and then they had, although this is a little bit loose, it was just like stuck on there instead of just an asset piece to make it look like it was pink. But nonetheless, it looks really nice. Chest hair has been same old headset from the top picks, and then it comes with these hands. So we have the orc posing hands, we have the mic hands, and then we have the open hands, and then we have the Howard Finkel torso, which I was supposed to use, but I'm probably going to use this for the Gorilla Monsoon. And thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for future unboxing videos, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace. Finally, waiting the long game between him, as you get Bret Hart, played the long game, and I didn't realize that around the same time, they also put the entire WrestleMania Las Vegas lineup on clearance for $10. So I decided to catch up and buy the only Hulk Hogan that they had, And then by the Rollins. The Bianca Belair, I'm probably gonna try to see if I can get a price match for her in my local Target. But for now, let's see what Hulk Hogan is like outside of the box. We got Seth, Hogan, and Brett. And look at that. This is probably the most odd looking Hulk Hogan. I think this might be a re-release from like 2015 or so, but it's just weird. Like, you can see how bronze he was at the time. But nonetheless, he has parts that he comes with arms that I need for my Howard Finkel. We've already done WrestleMania 39, we've done WrestleMania 40, and we've done WrestleMania. We didn't get the chance to do WrestleMania 38, but we did collect AJ, I think, for that one. But nonetheless, let's see what Hulk Hogan is like outside of the packaging. So, let's talk about the loaf. Obviously, this is a thick plastic coating. As you can see, this is just fluff. Unlike the one that they made last year, right? No, 2 years ago. That was which was him with two loofahs that were actually not fur, like genuine fur, but they were a lot more 3D, even though they're a little bit hefty. But nonetheless, Hulkamania, for those who haven't seen Hulk Hogan, this is probably the latest we'll get of Hulk Hogan. His age with his tan just really doesn't look the same. Like, now he has I Am That I Am. And he doesn't wear that many tattoos, probably because he lived a lot of his life before tattoos, but at least they give him pinned legs. I'm not too sure about the legs here, since this is this is going to be the same tool for Howard Finkel. But let's see what Hulk Hogan is like when he takes off everything, shall we? I just now realized that this Hulk Hogan does not have a removable headband, which is fair because that forehead is probably all the way back to where that headband is. But nonetheless, this is a Hulk Hogan that if you wanted to get one that doesn't have a detachable head or that has a glued headband, totally get it. Bandana. This shirt is obviously going to be detachable, but look at that. Train, eat your vitamins, say your prayers, believe in yourself, brother. Hulk Hogan signed on the back. This is, like my dad said, like my cool dad said, Hulk Hogan, no matter how bad this thing gets, or how bad and low the company gets, they can always use them to attract the older people and their parents and their grandparents and their kids, just because he really pushed WWE to go far. Say what you will, but he is the landmark, and they can't deny that. So, with that being said, this head scan is probably the worst one we've seen yet, because it looks like he got mustard all over his, like mayo all over his mouth. Like, I get the paint is not supposed to be top tier, because these are thousands of action figures made in like a few days, so they're not gonna be pitch perfect. But I mean, the eyes look okay. Like, from afar, you could definitely see that there's some, like, it's supposed to look like he's tilted, or he's looking at that, or he's looking somewhere else. But nonetheless, to see that there's not many tattoos. He doesn't really have any tattoos besides that one tattoo. So it's like I said, a weird elder torso piece that they try to make for him. Not usual from his like normal attire that they made from the 6-pack one to the the recent change, which I believe they made a bigger buff one when he was in his prime. If you've seen my reviews for that, and they've also made another one they've made older ones that were either, I don't know, I think it was a Buff Bagwell, but it's Beefcake torso. But I think this is what he comes with. Closed fists and open hands. The glasses were a little bit tough to take off, but that just makes it easier to put them back on. And it comes with the fur as well. So let's build ourselves that Howard Finkel. So because I wanted to recycle parts and I got a Monday Night Wars. I gave him the other shoes. I think that was supposed to be for Gorilla Monsoon, but nonetheless, makes a small difference. But this is what he looks like so far. We're just missing the head. If I do manage to get the head, it'll probably be either ordered online or I'll just get the Bianca for $10 if I can figure out a price match for her. But thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for future unboxing videos. I will see you guys in the next one. Dragon Lee. Looking nice. I was gonna literally get him like several months ago, but he sold out, so I went to another Target several months later and they had him. So let's see what Dragon Lee is like outside of the box, shall we? Dragon Lee. When I tell you, when I got Trick Williams, I was thinking I couldn't get him just yet. I got him and Trick Williams and CM Punk at the time. But then I saw Dragon Lee at this local Target, and I was like, heck yeah! So, let's see what Dragon Lee is like outside of the box. We've done CM Punk, Trick Williams, Kofi Kingston, Carlitos, and now we've done Dragon Lee. I completely forgot that I did almost all of these, besides Tiffany Stratton, but it's crazy that I actually got him. So, this was the last one, so let's see what Dragon Lee is like outside of the packaging, shall we? Just take a look real quick, just in case you want to look at the information. So, this is what Dragon Lee looks like. Let's talk about the head scan. Obviously, they could do way better with a paint job, but I mean, it's his first figure. Hopefully they do better paint jobs, and his eyes are very narrow to his face, so they probably won't be able to print it, but it looks nice nonetheless. I like the attire here. We're here in the back. Some decals on the shoulder, like a dragon. All the way up to here. You even see the tassel from his head, from his mask here. Red, white, and blue. At least for this time. It's all white, so there's interesting look tassels. It's been a while since I've seen these, or ever. Feathers on the legs for instead of kick pads, and pin knees with white knee pads. That's a new one. kick heel as usual. Heel. New articulation. And let's see what he's like when he's ready to fight, shall we? Very minimal, as you can see. There's nothing much under the vest, but this is definitely a good one for those who want to recreate a Sin Cara. But this looks really nice with as a head scan, nonetheless. Really like the beard, really like the mask and the whole white thing. It's not every day that you get to see the debuting superstar from getting to get an elite so soon. Like, he didn't even get a basic, but this is nice nonetheless. Even hopefully he gets to be a bigger star in the future. If not, I'm going to consider this an underrated gem. So thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for future unboxing videos. And we almost forgot to put the elbow pad. And there we go. Now I can say this is what he comes with: 2 hands, open hands, and the attire. Thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for future unboxing videos, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Undertaker. Probably my second Undertaker recording. But this one's a unique one because this is probably the heaviest, greatest elite package I've ever held. Like, you can tell why it's heavy. But let's see what the dead man is like outside of the box. We've done Jimmy and Jay, Seth Rollins, and now we're doing the Undertaker. I think this was what the weird haircut that he had, but it looks like he's already floating. So let's see what he's like outside of the packaging. Okay, so before we even review his wrestling attire, let's talk about his ring attire. So much detail. Spikes on the arms. Roses. Like, this is hard plastic, but look at that. This is heavy. Spikes on the other hand. Like, this is some gothic attire right here. He's just floating there. Undertaker just floating, and on the back, even more spikes. Looks like a reptile, I'm telling you. Spikes on the shoulders. And then there's this little piece that's supposed to be like the headpiece that holds down. But look at that. That's so much. Probably gonna do more than it is in the actual figure, but let's see what Undertaker is like when he's ready to when he defeated CM Punk. I also wanted to show what this would be like when you take off the headpiece. You can actually see the head scan, which is not that bad. Like he's had way better head scans. Then again, this is when he was right into going into retirement. You can tell, but it looks nice. Now let's see what he's like when he's ready to wrestle. Okay, so let's talk about the tattoos. It's nothing unusual since we've done the review on his earlier attire. But this one is a lot more detailed on the arms, as you can see. The tattoo on the neck. This is probably gonna be a similar one to the SummerSlam one if you've seen it. I didn't make a video on it, but look at that. This is so nice. It's a weird color. Look at that. Rest in peace, Paul Bearer. I believe he passed away that year, which was, I believe, 2013. And so this was minimal, but it also says a lot. This gives the message of, I'm the dead man. Especially with the scary eyes here. Thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for future unboxing videos, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace. They only had one left. Cody and AJ. I've done AJ's previous figure in the main event showdown. But this one, I'm yet to do a Cody Rhodes basic figure review. So, comes the title. Let's see what they're like outside of the box. And I tell you, we've already done a review on Austin and Grace on A-Town Down Under. This one was also in my sights because I haven't done this attire really looked nice. And the purple on AJ with that decal also looks nice. So, the Jade Cargo and Bianca Belair, they probably had two. I don't know how long they're going to still last on the shelf, but they're probably going to sell out too. So, let's see what these two are like outside of the packaging, shall we? Let's start with the obvious, the champion himself with his decals on the side plates, as you can see. I actually noticed that compared to the title on the LA Knight and Roman Reigns pack, this one is even less minimal. Like, you don't even see the pattern that much, but you don't even see the scripture of where it says heavyweight champion. But besides that, red, blue. This is going to be an elite, so I'm definitely looking forward to seeing the elite version of this one. And look at that, really nice. Red, white, and blue. That's probably going to be his entire theme. Boots with his decals on it. Red, striped. Kind of look like Cuba. I mean, I think he might be referring to Cuba since that. I don't know if they did that back this past year's WrestleMania Backlash. I don't think, but I could be wrong. But look at that. Red, white, and blue equal on the back. Head scan reminiscent of that from the top picks that we haven't seen in a while. Tattoo on the chest and tattoo on the neck. Obviously not too much, just black and white, but looks nice nonetheless. Now let's see his opponent. What's incredible is they actually gave him less tense pins, which is good. That's really good to balance out his athleticism. Good torso here, similar to that one of the basic. It looks really nice. Tattoos on his hip, and pink. I like the violet on the silver. Violet hands, making it look like a Joker. Violet, phenomenal one. Similar to that one that we tried with, I believe it was black and white. Pink kick pads, not too much detail, but just enough to make it look unique. Beard, compared to the head scan we got from the singular main event basics, this one does not. This was not doing it for me. Like, there's a lot more chafing missing in the beard than there was in his individual one. But it is what it is. It still looks nice with the long hair, since it's a newly fresh AJ. But thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for future unboxing videos, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Woohoo! They had them on clearance, so I got them. Don't know why, but they had them on clearance, so I was like, I mean, it was too soon, but you know what? I didn't care. I just wanted to get them. Let's see what he's like outside of the box. They had Rons. Maybe get him in the future. Hope. Obviously, we're doing Brett. Bianca. I saw her, but I didn't want to get her since I'm probably not going to complete the Howard Finkel section. So I'm going to be like, let's see what he's like. That's what I thought. I kind of like this older head scan. When I tell you, just like the elite ledges that we did a review on. This says the arms and the cute little heart thing. These legs are tense. These legs are tense. Like, good grief. Like, these are just as stiff as the Bret Hart that I reviewed previously. Like, let me show you. Stiff legs. I barely took the time. Like, these were stiff. They're still somewhat stiff. These are hugely stiff. Like, it's like you can't even move their legs without damaging that peg. But either way, it looks nice with a little pink, a little stripe down the leg before he got into flames. Nice little vintage hairstyle, which I'm pretty sure is a re-release. It looks nice because it's, I think, from the Hall of Fame, the Hall of Champions lineup. I'm not too sure. Probably wrong. It's very minimal, though. It's a nice little thing, reminiscent of WrestleMania 4. So, thank you guys for watching. This is what it comes with. I'm gonna add, I got a piece from the DDP, I believe it was. I'm gonna attach it to this one since it kind of like, they've been adding, it's the same thing. So, let's see what it's like in a little bit. Alright, thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for future unboxing videos. I will see you in the next one. What can we say about The Rock? Bet this is just another re-release with an old head scan. I would love to swap the arm with the later Dwayne, but for now, we're going to work with what we got, which is the new The Rock Elite 115. Let's see what he's like outside of the box. We've done R-Truth, Tyler Bate, and now we keep doing The Rock, the final boss with the vest. Looking absolutely fresh, similar to, I think it's the same formula as the Triple H from the Evolution 3-pack review that we've done. But you get, let's see what you get. This microphone hand, fists, and throwing ones up on both sides. But let's see what he's like outside of the packaging, shall we? So let's start off with the fact that let's not ignore the fact that this is the re-release of a same head scan. Like, this is probably 2012 The Rock, but it has a nice little attire here. Look at that vest. We'll see what the vest looks like, but look at that new arm tattoo, forearm tattoo. We haven't seen that in quite some time. But looking at the biceps, you can see some tribalism, just like in every other Rock that they've been releasing, like the WrestleMania 30, I think the WrestleMania 40 version that we've done a review on. Looks really nice. Same articulation as the Triple H, literally par for par, leg for leg, so it's just the same formula. So don't expect too much of a difference, but it looks nice with the boots as well. It looks really nice. So really liking it. It didn't come with glasses, but I like that it came with the chain. Looking really nice. Now let's see what he's like without the vest, shall we? So if you look at the reference images, you can see that shoulder thing, the shoulder tattoo, all the way to the back of the shoulder. One sleeve on the arm tattoo, and one on the other. I personally like this new torso because it's not ripped, but it's not like bulky. It's not like thin, so it makes him look like he's actually ripped. So I'm definitely looking to rebuild once more the bloodline. If you've seen my videos, you've already seen me rebuild the bloodline once, and I'm gonna do it again for like the third time, I think. So thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for future unboxing videos, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace. We got ourselves Jimmy Uso from the Greatest Hits. They had him and his brother, the Usos. I think because they were unrecognizable to their modern day selves, their newest versions, nobody bought them like after a week. So I was definitely excited to see how these were like outside of the box. Let's see what he's like outside of the box. Alright, so we've done Seth. If we ever do it, we might get Undertaker and Rey Mysterio. But I don't know about Ron Simmons or Hulk Hogan. But these two, this was something definitely that was interesting to see from my perspective. So let's see what the Usos are like outside of the packaging. More specifically, in this case, Jimmy Uso. So obviously this head scan is a redo of their previous one from like what, probably 2014, 2015. We say oos, you say oh. Didn't know that was on the back of their shirt. Look at that. Let's talk about the details here. Ooh, so crazy. Look at that. Jimmy and Jay spraying on the back on one side and on the other side. Did I think it's supposed to say Usos? Or in the crazy, the Usos? But look at that. Very early colorful neon with tribal. You see over here Usos. Also with the tribal font here. I have not seen this shirt in quite some time. This style right here, I haven't seen in a while. This braid else I haven't seen in a while since like I did the Fatu, or I think it was Fatu, or it was Samu review. I definitely like the fact that they painted their face. But let's see what Jimmy Uso is like when he's ready to fight, shall we? This is interesting seeing this because we've done Jimmy and Jay with their newest additions and having so much more tattoos. Seeing this kind of feels like I'm looking at an error or like a big swapped figure. But it looks very nice with the fact that it looks original. We see the tattoos that are a lot more cleaner and a lot more easier to focus on since there's not too many compared to them now. So definitely looks interesting. And if you want to, you could probably add your own tattoo since you're practically working with a blank canvas on this torso. But it looks really nice with the green. It's a nice addition to the new ones. And they didn't give them they didn't give them that old bold cut. They recycled the original boots. So that's definitely nice. Because you can tell from this side that there's no swivel, which is good. There's no, I don't think there's a swivel here. Like you can tell, no swivel. Besides the heel kick, pin knees, just like the Seth Rollins, which is interesting. Look at that detail. Might have been from the original, might have had the same amount of detail from the original, but this one's definitely a nice touched homage to a good re-release, just with a new arm articulation altogether. But yeah. Thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for future unboxing videos, and we'll see you guys in the next one. We've done Jimmy, and now we got Jey Uso. I'm not saying what his gimmick is now, but this was Jey Uso when they were practically twins. You can definitely tell this is Jey because of the teeth and the fact that he was a little bit probably that guy to, like, you can see the hairstyle. His hair was more of a, I want to have short hair now. So, let's see what he's like outside of the box. As for Jay, we've done his twin. We've done Rollins. And maybe we'll do Undertaker and Rey Mysterio. These won't have too much material. And Rollins just has a title. But this is definitely an interesting one as a tag team division. Especially when this is like, I wonder if they'll ever do a re-release of their heel when they just turned heel in 2016. It was like 2014, 2015, maybe 2013 if we went far back. Probably 2012 when they wore yellow, purple, and a few other different colors. But this definitely looks a very nice color, especially with the orange and blue, orange and blue on the front. I think a reference to Rose. So, see what he's like outside of the packaging, shall we? And similar to his twin, shirt on with the Aloha, but same pants as the previous one. Also, you have some green here as well, green neon, similar to his twin, especially with the kick, the up and the leg down. But I think tattoo-wise, it's different. Like, you can definitely see there are references to the new Jey Uso. Like, they probably recycled the arms from the Jey Usos, from the newer ones. But this was definitely a very nice homage to their first time showing up. Like, the beard is really nice. The goatee is very nice. You could tell that there's either... I wonder if they both have the same shirt. But pretty sure they do. But it could be the... I thought he would have his too, but I guess not. But it's very nice to see that they're using the green and the pink attire. So let's see what he's like when he's ready to fight, shall we? So similar to his brother, the Jimmy, you have the tattoos on the arms. We'll try to focus a little bit on it. Get that detail of what it looks like. Detail on this side looks really, really nice. And you even have this little tattoo on this left pec. Looks really nice. Day 1. And then you also have the Usos on that right back pocket. Very nice. Green on top of pink. So good torso articulation. That head scan is really nice, just like his twin brother Jimmy. So definitely get yourselves these two if you're really a hardcore Jimmy and Jey Uso fan, or if you just want to collect the first ones and do like a comparison. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for future unboxing videos, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Oh! We got ourselves the Evolution is a Mystery 3-pack with all the 3 boys. I like the pants. I'm surprised they didn't do something better for Triple H, but that's okay. Randy Orton with his title, Batista with the messed up hair, and I'm definitely looking forward to the legs. I haven't heard good things about it, but I'm gonna overlook that. So let's see what they're outside the box. The infamous photo. I'm definitely excited for this one, considering it's Batista, Triple H with his stiff legs, and Randy Orton with the pinned legs, which I'm surprised about. Batista doesn't have pinned legs, as you'll come to later find out. But let's see what they're like outside of the packaging. We start with Batista with his smiley face, which is only head scan that comes with the box. That comes in the box. Messed up here. You don't really see that in every pack. Flame that we haven't seen in a while since the Ruthless Aggression release that we've already done a review on. We also get that red knee pads, which we haven't seen in a while too, and red new style boots, which are great for doing that. The entrance for Batista. So let's see the arm tattoos on his right arm. Back tattoo looks sick, and as well as some dragons in the back. You also have that like detail to the hair, which is definitely exciting, considering I don't know how long they had to analyze that one, but definitely looks cool. So let's see. Triple H. And by Triple H, I mean Randy. Look at that. There's 2 head scans that come with this. The smiley face, which compared to his other elites, I thought they would give him longer neck. Because, he does have a neck. But this one kind of makes it defeat the purpose. But we'll see how it fares with an RKO. But they gave him it comes with his world title. Not the first time we've seen it. His nameplate on it. But it looks really nice, especially for that hair at the time. And you see the back tattoo, arm, shoulder tattoo. You have some red torso, which is not, I haven't seen in quite some time. But yeah, let's see. That torso is not working. I can't even move the leg. Yeah, that leg the left leg is already stiff enough. So let's see the traitor of them all. He fell. Okay, the title just dropped, but that's okay. But let's see what Triple H brings to the table in just a moment, shall we? And I also want to show off the shocking head scan when Triple H throws the thumbs down. It's an interesting head scan that they did, the shocked face. But I don't know how accurate it is. But let's see what Triple H is like, shall we? This is an interesting one, honestly. Surprised they didn't give him the tan, but I guess the lights were just brighter on his skin. The game. Like I said, the vest could be a little bit better, but I guess they wanted to make it toyetic, so good. That vest will be great for some figures. The blue will also be great for some figures. The tie is interesting. It just looks weird, but the thumbs up. Yeah, Triple H doing the thumbs up, and the head scan, which is a little bit newer, I think. The more general one is the upset one is the one that we totally haven't seen before. Totally, absolutely, we have seen before, but that tie is definitely unique. And now we got the upset face that you probably see on like the elites, the ultimates, probably even his basics. But it looks really nice with the ponytail edition. So it's definitely interesting to see that little shortcut if I can focus in on it. And it's just a really nice vision. And look at that undercut on the back. It's nice attention to detail. You even get the pants, the tie. Let's see what he has. Let's see what he like. Or let's remake it. Oh my god, the thumbs down. Oh my god. And then what happens after that? Hunter goes to Randy, beating him down. Let's see what he's like. Let's see what Triple H is hiding under all that fabric, shall we? It says, like, as you can see, Velcro. And there we go. Triple H in probably the most first versions of Elite of Triple H with his new torso. This was not in his earlier release in the Legends, but it's interesting to see it now. So definitely get yourself one of these. Tyler Bate. I told you I was gonna get him. Like when I got R-Truth. I don't know if you guys saw the video, but for those of you who did, look at this Tyler Bate and looking fresh with his little pointer fingers. Series 115. Look at that big strong man, or is it big strong boy? Yeah. Really like this new Tyler Bate, especially with the face that they did way better than his first edition. So let's see what he's like outside of the box. And they had a few Dwaynes. Like I think they started with like 5, and then they ended up with like 3. Drew McIntyre, haven't seen him. Kairi Sane, haven't seen her. I've done these 2. And CM Punk, probably not gonna do it. Unless I like see him, which I can always find him. But I'm more concerned about this guy because he is honestly underappreciated and underrated. So I want to see what he's like outside of the packaging now. Let's see what he's like outside of the packaging, shall we? Ooh. And I tell you, he's gonna have articulation. When I saw him, I was like, I feel like they were gonna make his legs very short and him not be able to like be fully movable. But look at those legs. That's a lot of range right there. He has as much range as Santos Escobar, as his first figure. I think because when they do like 5-footers and like lower, like 6-foot guys who are like 5-footers, they kind of give him this torso, even though Tyler should be an exception because he does the Tyler driver, which is a powerbomb, which I'm glad that they gave him full like range of motion. But I actually like the unique legs they gave him. They actually probably molded these for him. And look at that torso and green. We'll look at that later on, but look at the hands that he comes with. Pointer fingers. One with a tattoo, and one without the tattoo. As you can see, one with the tattoo and one without it. So look at that head scan. Looks really nice and so much bigger of an upgrade. If you wanted to, you probably could get like if they ever re-release his UK championship with his first figure, with like a re-release of his first figure, this would be so sick. But for now, this will do. So let's see what he's like when he's ready to fight. Look at this. I am a little upset about the paint stub, the ink stain on his ab torso, but it's a very loose one, which I'm glad about. Like, up and down moves very more or less like halfway. It kind of reaches its tension, and then the back here is a little bit more stiff. But I'm also kind of upset that the like you can see the smudge here. I think from the sleeve of the jacket because it's green, like a teal. And on this side, you see also a form right here. But I could probably take that out with some nail polish remover. On like here, I think if I do that, it might ruin it. But it could be just a white arm with which would make it so much more better to clear off. So definitely interesting, especially with his torso. Look at that. Tyler Bate, just like on his jacket. To give you an idea. Look, say Tyler Bate on both the jacket, which is a little bit, it came out this way, like a little bit wrinkled. Tyler Bate looks really, really nice with the leaves. Especially with this being teal, orange, like a fall autumn. And look at that hair. Let's look at that hair. So nice. This is actually a preview. This is like a very nice touch. Although, one thing I do not like is obviously, as you could tell, the stiffness of the legs. I'm going to sand it down, and I might make a video for my 200th video, how I sand down my action figures with sandpaper from like a Dollar Tree or Dollar Store. So, thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for future unboxing videos, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace! Woohoo! Look at that. Seth Rollins, Shield version. They only had one of him, but I needed to get him. Not because of the head scan, but simply because of the reference that he had, and also because he comes with a table. So let's see what he is like outside of the box. Woohoo! Yeah, Jimmy, Jay, Hulk, practically everybody except for Rey Mysterio. But look at that. This was the one guy I was looking for. Yeah. Injustice with the Shield. I'm pretty sure this was they put this new head scan because it kind of reminded us of the Royal Rumble one, but they didn't want to say that it was the Royal Rumble one. But it is a Royal Rumble one, so I'm definitely looking forward to opening this. Let's see what he's like outside of the packaging. Yeah. Seth Rollins in this with these hands. I'm gonna see. Look at that vest. It's been a while since I've seen this type of vest. I think when I did the review of Big Boss Man, you kind of got a similar idea to this. It looks really nice, especially with the loose straps. Look at that. boots. They gave him pin legs, even though I thought they were gonna give him the pinless legs. I was kind of like mentally preparing for like the big boss man legs, but they gave him that, and they gave him the new swivel boots. So that's a nice touch. But let's see how Seth Rollins. Let's see his other head scan, shall we? Ooh, let's see. I decided to go with the open hands to make it look like he's trying to either do like a Booker T pose, but I wanted to like, let me spread the hands here, but look at that. I'm pretty sure if you like swap the heads with the newer WrestleMania one, you could get yourselves the Shield version from WrestleMania 40. So, looks really nice. I'm really excited for this head scan, especially with this vest and a new articulation. So, let's see it. Look at that. Thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for future unboxing videos, and we'll see you guys in the next one. The head scan is nothing to write home about. It's about like this recycled one. Thank you guys for watching. Woohoo! They only had literally one person from Series 155, which was Jimmy Uso. And I was like, alright, we're gonna get him. We're gonna really see how he looks. No yeet at the time I like this head scan, because this actually doesn't have the removable hair. So let's see what he's like outside of the box. I wish I could have seen Andrade. Psycho said we already got an elite recently for him. LA Knight, they are literally selling double battle packs with him and Roman. Lyra Valkyria, never saw her, but I did see Jimmy, so I'ma see what he's like outside of the packaging. It's minimal, but it's also maximum because like you got Jimmy with the one being the eye, tattoos all from one arm to the other. Look at that. And I like that this head scan is not removable. They actually glued this piece on. These back tattoos. He got bloodline with some red all over. Like this, I think these shoes are just like spinned. Yeah, they're just spin left and right. So let's see. Look at that. They actually like get the stitches now. I'm actually surprised about that. They're actually getting the stitches now with the shoes. I'm pretty sure they don't put the laces and like hide the laces just so that they can be able to hide the laces, so I don't have to worry about where laces. Well, look at that. Looks really, really nice. Mobility wise, not the best, like the left leg, but looks really nice with the head scan. And I'm like, ooh, this Jim Uso gonna look great with a J. Yeet versus no yeet. Yeah. Thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for more unboxing videos, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace! Ooh, look at that. Olympic gold medalist, the last Kurt Angle they had at the moment. And I know if I didn't get him, he's going to sell out. This is previously TNA Kurt Angle, and it probably will be the closest thing we'll get to TNA Kurt Angle. But look at that. We'll see. We've already done one of his newer elites that has a dub, and that was when he was still part of the WWF. See 2006. Let's see what he's like outside of the box, shall we? Woohoo! We've already done Carlitos, Godfather, and Rosie. I'm gonna wait until they're like on clearance. But I know Kurt Angle and Carlitos are probably not gonna go on clearance. And if Carlito goes on clearance, I'm not gonna be too upset. But look at that. Stars. Look at that. Boots. These look like they were custom for his shoes, but I could be wrong. Look at that. Let's see what he's like outside of the packaging, shall we? Oh, look at that. Olympic gold medalist. I wonder why he only brought one when I think the first one he had that they released had two. This one, I'm surprised that they gave him pinned legs. Not pinless legs to make it tense, but pinned. Like, oh, you hear that crunch. You can hear that crunch. Like, this is fresh off the box. Like, this is interesting right here. This is not, you don't see this every day. Like, unless it's John. Look at that. This, one of those figures are like, wow, it moves up. Like, there's not many figures that I've had in this new era of manufacturing figures that have this ease. I'm doing this one-handed. Looks really nice. Let's see the details. Gold star. I think I remember. I don't know if this is paying homage to his like Olympian or just a new logo, but American Hawk on both front and back. Gold medal. I'm pretty sure that they just gave him one gold medal. I don't know. I guess he got rid of the second one, but I don't know if it's in this, if it's because of light. But they did it again where they didn't match the arm color with his like body color, or his head with color with his body color. Like, I'm kind of concerned about that. I mean, it looks nice with the tattoo, and I'm really liking the knees, because I know a lot of people. I feel like this is gonna go like clean. It's gonna be cleaned out of each store just because people want to do like some TNA stuff. TNA, I'm a little bit I'm glad that they put the shoelaces, considering the foot cannot move anything more than that much. But like, as you can see, it's able to move. It's able to swivel. I don't know if it's able to swivel. I'd have to see with my one hand. But it looks, no, can't. I don't know if it can swivel because the laces are in the way of any restricting movements, and they might be glued on. Well, it doesn't look like they are, but it looks nice nonetheless, because they look like actual sneakers, but they had to remove any likeness, and it looks heavily inspired from another one. I love the detail though. It looks actually like, even the braiding, like even on the braiding on the actual sides, you can even see some stitches here. It looks really nice. So, and it looks interesting for a guy like his stature. But thank you guys for watching. I'm so into this whole gum thing, this like gums head scan. The whole, looks like you'd say, yeah. Thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for future unboxing videos, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Yeah! It's not every day that they're gonna release these, but they would be so awesome if they made these variants now. Netflix Raw variant of the Top Picks Logan. I mean, some of them have gone the white, but some of them have gotten the red, which is way cooler, in my opinion, since this one actually makes it look so different, and it makes it stand out because it's red, and red is my favorite color. So let's see what he's like outside of the box. Hey yo, they had Logan Paul, CM Punk, like two of them, and then like one Stone Cold Steve Austin left. I was in for it for this newer version of Logan Paul. So look at that. Look at that. Let's see what he's like outside of the packaging. Ooh, still looks nice. Look at that. The last time we did a review, that we've seen this type of head scan was with the battle pack between him and Roman Reigns, which was his first time on the line, I believe. His first time on the line was the Ultimate Edition. What a way to go. This one, I believe this one is the same head scan, just not with a yellow and now with black, because I could see a little bit of yellow on it and a little bit of blonde. But look at that. Look at that yellow vest. Logan Paul in that back vest. It looks very leathery. It feels like the rubber goods is actually meant for this. This is surprisingly, although it has a new articulation on the foot, as you can see, like swivel to the left, like swivel to the left, swivel to the right. This one, at least mine, has those free-ranging legs for frog splashes or splits. Look at that. Looks really nice with the elbow pad and with that other elbow pad, especially with this head scan. Hopefully they keep they regardless of what he's going through right now. I would love to see how this goes. Now let's see what he's like outside of the package and with when he's ready to fight. All right, I actually thought there was gonna be like a logo here because of the stripes, but I was wrong. Let's look at that full detail of the black and yellow. Surprised it didn't add like a little bit of chest hair, but it is what it is. He's gonna have a similar articulation to Rollins, the newer Rollins, like the WrestleMania Rollins. So definitely an interesting sign with the black and yellow, like a bumblebee. So it's not every day that you get to see someone dress up looking like Bumblebee. Look at that. Hopefully I can find the prime Logan Paul. So thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for future unboxing videos, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace. Yeah. Wardlow, TNT champion. I'm so glad I waited until he was in the clearance section, and yeah, they put him for $5.99, so we bought him. Let's see what he's like outside of the box, shall we? Mr. Mayhem. Look at that. Wish they added a little bit more chest hair, but I guess he had to chop it off. And drop off the leg here too. Look at that. Looks so sick. can see that. Very, very symmetrical, very similar in timing and look. So let's see what he's like outside of the packaging. So this is what Wardlow looks like. Let's see that head scan. A really nice head scan. Really, like, angry. Thought they would make a neutral one, but this is a very angry face. You can see the red in his eyes. Pull a really messed up ponytail, but on that, I like this cashmere look that they put with the straps. Arms, wrist tape, mayhem on the back. We're gonna take this off in a little bit. Look at these knee pads. Really nice material. It's really nice. A really interesting color scheme they went with. Well, Wardlow went with. Let's see what he's ready to fight. Yeah, and look at that. TNT Championship. Look at that. More red. Most of the time it's always red. Look at that werewolf. Wardlow. It's really nice. Look at the back of that head scan. Looks really nice with the teeth details and the actual beard details. Looks really nice with the little red line going down. So, thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for future unboxing videos. And we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace! Look at this. On clearance. They had a few, like they had Papa Shango, Rey Mysterio, Mick Foley, and him. But I guess people really didn't want the Fiend in his and when he was hot. So let's see what he's like outside of the packaging. And by packaging, I mean box. Good grief. We've done a Hulk Hogan. We were yet to find Rick and Honky Tonk Man, but this Bray Wyatt was an interesting one. So we'll see what he's like with his head scan. See what he's like outside of the packaging. Look at this. Whoa, okay. Look at that. Bray Wyatt. Let's see that head scan. Looks really okay. I like the fact that they got this most of the smile. The beard too. The dreads here. That with arms. You don't really get to see the tattoos yet, but we'll see in a moment. Look at that arm. The legs are a lot more clickety clack. So, let's see what he's like when he's ready. When he's kind of ready to fight, shall we? Let's look at this. It's a very minimalistic looking Bray Wyatt. Look at that. Look at that arm. That arm right there. It's very nice with the back here. Tricep too, and bicep. Tats too. Look at that. Hurt and heal. That head scan. It's really nice. Especially when they didn't really have that many to work with. I don't know if this works on an Ultimate Edition. Highly doubt it, but look at that. Really nice head scan. Especially when they made it huge. The smallest I think they make them are for the Rumblers. Look at that. Thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for future unboxing videos. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace. That is back tattoo here. Wow. The excellence of execution with his title. I was really considering not getting him, but then I was like, this pink tire was really nice, especially with the new kick pads I think they gave him. Or they might have just recycled it. But let's see what he's like outside of the box, shall we? Look at that. A repeated head scan, but I guess this is an homage to his earlier, I think an earlier figure from like Elite 83, I believe. This looks so cool. We've done Rick Rude. We've done Brett. We've done Justin. And we're looking to get Psycho Sid. So let's see. Just in case you wanted to read this. Legends. Gotta go with the Legends. So let's see what he's like outside of the packaging. Excellence of execution. Look at that. A lot more pinker than the previous one version that they've made. Let's talk about it. Stars from previous figures that we've reviewed before. A flame with a singular line. Hitman. In this font, I don't know if they purposely messed that up or if that's the way it was. The triangle never seems to be, that little decal never seems to be aligned, but that's okay. Look at that. New glasses. But I'm pretty sure it's going to be the same old head scan as usual. And a golden winged eagle belt. Elbow pads. Pink that is a little bit brighter than the actual outfit if you check it. But looking nice, especially with the pink new like boot style that they've gone for. See, let's take off the glass, shall we? Actually did a little bit better. Made him look more younger. But the guys, I guess they were trying to use his old head scan with his newer head scans. So, if you understand what that means, I'm saying that you're using his modern face scans for these figures. And you can see it in his eyes. But, let's look at this. Thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for future unboxing videos, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace! Surprised, not surprised that they put this JBL without the hat, and I don't see it. But we're gonna overlook that in view of the fact that he actually gets the cowbell, and his new attire. Since the last figure we had similar to this one was JBL or John Bradshaw. So let's see what he's like outside of the box. When I tell you, I know it's gonna be stiff because we'd already done Rick Rude. Psycho said I would probably have to find somewhere else. And these two, it was interesting to see that this was a Bradshaw. That they decided to remake, which is awesome, with the 2 different knee pads. So let's see what he's like outside of the packaging. So this is what he looks like originally. Look at that hairstyle, that beard. Looks interesting, especially with his like back hair, because you don't really see JBL with too many long hair ones. Like if you wanted to, probably paint this black and then you'd put it onto the JBL Acolytes one. Look at that. That's so much like this cowboy is soft goods. So, and for that, we're gonna check more details in a little bit. But let's see what he's like when he's ready to fight. Shall we? Yeah. So let's start with this front over here. Now we really get to see a good side of his beard, which is brown, which is interesting. Very interesting looking JBL. I think they use the same head scan from the previous figure, which was the Acolytes. The Hawk is on the decal back here in red. Got some JBL, some very minimalistic look, but a very nice torso here for a custom weight Barrett or someone like that stature. You got the black knee pads with a little bit of tape back here, and brown knee pad too. And the cowboy boots, they give him the new swivel. So it's interesting there with black toes and black bottoms here. Brown elbow pad. Very vintage. Let's see with the accessories, shall we? So this is what he comes with. He comes with a cowbell, if you hadn't gotten it from the Cody Rhodes Defining Moments, which is okay. This one is like, since we're on clearance now, you get yourself an easily accessible cowbell for if you want to make a Cody Rhodes versus Seth Rollins rematch or something like that. It's very nice with a rubber cowbell. Like even has an NP veiling there. And this is a jacket, really nice and really soft goods. So, really homage to this this version of JBL. So, thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for future unboxing videos, and we'll see you guys in the next one. The final boss. I saw him and I was like, wait, is that The Rock? And then I realized, it is The Rock with new tattoo. Although this is probably another, like the 13th re-release. But it comes with the People's Championship, the shocking head scan, and the screaming after the spear head scan. I'll see what it's like with the attires and with the different hands and the throwing up the one side. So, see what he's like outside of the box. So this is what The Rock looks like on night 1 when he competed. Night 2 he had white, so maybe they might have a chase one, I believe. Maybe a chase one that I just didn't see. Look at that. Really nice for night 1. And he was born in the same place I was, Miami, Florida. See what he's like outside of the packaging. The final boss default head that he comes with. Tattoos, similar to the last Ultimate. So if you watch other people's videos about it, it'll be nothing, almost nothing new. But this tattoo is new right here. You see that right there? Look at that. Really nice and new piece. The probable obviously is nothing new. Double pin, but now they have the new swivel compared to the previous The Rocks that they've made. Look at that. same old head scan. But we'll see. Let's see what he's like with the new attire, shall we? Ooh, look at this. The more serious head scan. That title looks so shiny. Look at that Brahma Bull Samoan and Gucci looking Samoan type of attire. Look at that. On the back you have the Brahma, the Final Boss attire. On the sides you see some more tribal combat attire. Look at that. Really nice. Velcro on one, and I think it's Velcro on this side too. Look at that. Red to signify the bloodline. Look at that. Looks really nice. Alright, let's see his screaming face now. Look at that head scan. Must have been hilarious watching The Rock do that head scan. Look at that. Absolutely ripped. Tar, look at that. Thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for future unboxing videos, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Ciao. Peace. Ooh, look at that. Damian Priest with the senior money in the bank. Look at that. Some hands and other head scans. We'll see how it looks like that's out of the box. Look at that with a hood. This is what the back looks like. Look at that. New York, New York. World Heavyweight Champion, former World Heavyweight Champion. Look at that. This is gonna be interesting to unbox. So many pieces. Let's see. Let's see what he's like outside of the packaging. Let's start with the default, the way it came in default. Look at that head scan. Usual head scan that we have, although the torso is a little bit weird. I don't like that the chest is a little bit lighter and more copper. This arm, tan arm, probably from Elites. Look at that. This time they gave him a very interesting attire that they got from the money. They actually put the little straps around, little vine, like little pieces there. The belt, a lot more detail. Look at that. All the way back there, purple and black. Look at that. Knees, Cuban flag. I think. Look at that. Or Puerto Rican flag. But in Judgment Day form. Double pin legs. This time they actually make them swivel. Look at that. Looks very nice. Look at that Damian Priest. Neutral face. The chest is nice with the tattoos down armed on the sleeve with arms that are like reminiscent of his first figure, which was purple. So let's see his other attire, shall we? Look at that. So what I essentially did is I tugged one side of the hair onto the back, since the hood I think is I didn't rip it. That came like that. There's only two pieces that are attached to the actual hoodie. Look at that cloth at the head, the screaming head. Only won the title. Look at that. Super nice. He was tag team champion when he carried the briefcase. So let's see what he's like with the other head scan and with his briefcase, shall we? Oh, look at that. Senior Money in the Bank with his smiley face, which you don't really see very often, but his smiley face. Ultimate Edition. Look at that. Looks really nice with the attire. Thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for future unboxing videos. I will see you guys in the next one. Peace. Judgment Day or Truth. Who would have thought it? So, I did not expect it. So, it got me absolutely wondering. This is 1997, but like, R-Truth, the truth. Didn't expect him, but yeah, we're gonna finish off the Judgment Day, I think. Oh, so what is like outside of the box? Did I expect this? Like, they had Tyler Bate. I was about to get him. CM Punk. We've done a review on him. Kairi Sane, Drew, and The Rock, but they only had him in clearance for some reason. Like, he was the only one. I was like, oh, I was gonna get Tyler Bate. Nope, they had R-Truth, so R-Truth it is. So see what he's like outside of the packaging. Okay, let's start with this fact. The fact that this is very late, considering the JD, like Finn, Damien, and Rhea are no longer in. Dirty Dom is probably no longer going to be in it. Finn, I don't know, maybe the last member to leave. Look at that! Look at that head scan. And they even the frosted tips. I know it's been a long time, but I've been waiting for this R-Truth since they released the version of him with the 24/7 championship. New haircut, looks sick. Look at that. Jeans. Like, it's been, like, sure, you don't get the John Cena t-shirt, so where you have, like, twistable legs. Like, this one doesn't come with twistable legs. They painted on this. Which is kind of disappointing considering the fact that John Cena could have this same torso, and the only thing you'd be missing is switching the legs. Like, legit. I think they might, I hope they don't do this to future John Cena's. Because this is a crime. Like, look at that. No swivel on the legs. No swivel. This is painted on top. So I'm a little disappointed on that part, but look at that head scan, really nice. Let's see what he's like without the shirt. You see me do the R-Truth greatest hits. So this one's a new piece at 12, 23, and 10. I don't know if these are his kids. Look at that. Alright, his typical tattoos, with a few more in the middle. Cross on the forearms here, and the other forearm and the arm here. Look at that head scan style. Look at that. It's a more smiley one that also matches with the box. So thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for future unboxing videos. I will see you guys in the next one. And I tell you, I've never been so disappointed when I went to Target, and this was oddly the only CM Punk on top picks at Target. Last I checked, these show up mostly originally at Walmart, and you can tell someone messed with it. But I mean, like, I'm more concerned about how this figure is going to come out. So let's see what he's like outside of the packaging. I mean, outside of the box. I'm telling you, I'm already worried about this, because Logan Paul, I didn't see him there, and I would have seen him, especially with Stone Cold, considering they've been releasing him a lot. But CM Punk being by himself? That ought to be interesting. But let's see what he's like outside of the packaging. I mean, I can complain all I want, but surprisingly, everything seems to be in tip-top shape. Sure, it's the first one they released, a newer one when he released, because they re-released. I already did a review on his earlier release when they re-released his one of his defining moments when he was part of the Nexus and his infamous pipe bomb. But this is more the newer one. This is similar arm as the other one. This one also has a t-shirt that surprisingly was not swapped, so this one is a very interesting aspect. Torso is similar. We'll take that in a bit. Look at that head scan. It's been a while since we've seen this head scan. We're still waiting on his slick back hair one with this one, so I'm definitely looking forward to it, especially with the black and white hairs. The knee pads, obviously, this is from when he was returning. They had to pop up something, so it's good to see him in this attire once again. Yeah. Thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for future unboxing videos, and we'll see you guys in the next. And we'll see you guys in the future. Peace.